Hey guys, what's up and welcome to a breakdown video right here. We're going to break down some of the mysteries that we've seen so far in this season of Doctor Who. If you don't want to be spoiled, then please go watch season 1 yourself so far so you can get a recap of where we're all at. I will be spoiling some stuff from the first 4 series back in 2005 of Doctor Who. Nothing too major, and you've probably watched it already. If you haven't, then probably just skip the first portion of this video, because I will be talking about certain things. However, if that's okay with you, then please stick around and let's get started with this video as we talk about some of the mysteries that are happening inside of Doctor Who Season 1. Let's go. Okay, so we know Russell T Davies likes to play the long game. For example, Christopher Eccleston's first run as the Doctor, we were drip-feeded with the words Bad Wolf. These would appear in pretty much every single Doctor Who episode, or leading up to the very finale of the series. The finale of the series would then explain how those words got around the universe. Or take David Tennant's regeneration. At the end of the Christmas special, his hand got chopped off and it ended up in Torchwood with Captain Jack. Captain Jack used it to track the Doctor, where he jumped onto the side of the Tardis and he made it all the way to Utopia at the end of time. Then it followed them back to the Sound of Drums, where the Master would then have the hand, and then it finally became the human Doctor. After that, it eventually ended up in the parallel universe with Rose. So I think it's fair to say that Russell T Davies does like to do a mystery within his seasons of Doctor Who, and he does like playing the long game. So without no further ado, let's take a look at season 1 of Doctor Who. So we'll start off with Ruby's mother. Ruby's mother drops off at Christmas. Normally this wouldn't mean anything, but in this episode of Space Babies, the woman who drops Ruby off points at the Doctor. Now, this could mean a lot of things, but I think it's something interesting with time, like time's actually changing, something weird is going on. It just seems to be like that. That's what I'm picking up from that. Now, I have no idea why this woman's pointing at the Doctor. However, it just means that she isn't just a normal average character. She has the ability to stop them in Space Babies and actually do something. I don't know what she's doing, but I imagine it's something important. Now, next, we're going to be talking about breaking the fourth wall. Mrs. Flood winked towards the camera. Now, this is something strange for Doctor Who, but it's Christmas. We can let it just be a fun little thing. However, I don't think it is, because we've seen a few characters wink. In fact, we've seen the Doctor wink himself, and we've also seen Maestro wink towards the camera as well. So, what could this mean for Mrs. Flood? Is she just a normal character, or could she be somebody more interesting? Could she be Ruby's mother? If this is the case, then I imagine Mrs. Flood would have been younger at the time, because it was 2005. So how old is she right now, and how old is she in 2005? Is it possible that Mrs. Flood could be Ruby's mother? I don't know. We'll find out at the end of the season. Next, we'll talk about the snow. Now, I can't quite tell you what triggers the snow, because from what I'm aware, in the first episode, it snows twice. One, which is affecting the Doctor when he gets taken back to that point in his memory, or back in time, or something happens, and she points at him. It's a bit weird, don't know what's going on, but it seems like the snow triggered something towards the Doctor. The second is the Tardis. It snowed at the end inside the Tardis. I have no idea what that all means, but it probably means something. And it also snows around Ruby in the second episode when she was in danger. Again, what could this all mean? Is it protection snow for all of them? It just seems like it could be the Doctor triggering it, or it could be Ruby triggering it. I'm not quite sure. It just seems a bit weird at this point in the season. Next, we'll talk about Susan Triad. Is she starting to appear in every episode so far? Yes, she is. Is she going to appear at the end of the season? Yes, she is. So she probably has an important part to play in this season, especially as her name, S Triad, is the same letters as the word Tardis. So is she an anagram? Yes, she is. And what does she do? She travels throughout time and space. She looks the same, but her character is different. What is the Tardis? It travels throughout time and space, and it looks exactly the same wherever it lands. However, it's got a perception filter. So does she have a perception filter? Is there some kind of link between her and the Tardis? I think we're starting to see one. Also, at the end of this season, we know the last episode is called Empire of Death. And where is it written? That's right, on top of the Tardis. So, could that be another link to say that Susan Triad could be something to do with the Empire of Death? You know what? Rumor time. I think she could most definitely be the Empire of Death. It would fit in with all the other episodes so far. It would make sense that Susan Triad, who's appearing in every part of this episode, is the big main bad person and will appear in the last episode, and she is the Empire of Death. It could make sense. That could fit in. Also, we know that her name is Susan Triad, and normally I wouldn't make this link and say, could she be the Doctor's granddaughter? I wouldn't normally make this link or say that she could be the Doctor's granddaughter, but she is called Susan, and who did the Doctor mention in episode 2 of the season? That's right, his granddaughter. You know what? I think, and this is just a rumor, that she could be playing aka the Doctor's granddaughter, but also play as the final bad person of the series. So, could it all be linked with He Who Waits as well? Possibly. This whole thing could be connected. All the links could be connected somehow. I'm not quite sure how, but I think it could be. Anyway, that's enough rumors. I will now move on with the last bit. And the last bit, of course, is the boss. We haven't heard anything since the David Tennant very first episode as he was brought back into the 60th anniversary. But Beep the Meep does mention the boss at the end of the episode. So, could that link in with anything in this season? No, I don't think so. I don't think the boss is properly going to get mentioned this season. I don't think he's going to be a major role in the final episode. However, I feel like we could be seeing the boss in maybe season 2. I have no idea what Russell is planning, but he does like the long game, and not every bit of the long game has to be revealed in the current season. It could last a few seasons. So we might hear something before the end of the season of who the boss is, but I think we're going to have to wait till a few more seasons before we have to find out who exactly is the boss. So those were the mysteries. There were a few things I left out due to I couldn't fit everything inside this video. But if you did enjoy them, please don't forget to hit subscribe to the channel. And please don't forget to like the video as well. Thank you so much for watching. And I will see you guys on another Jump Inside video. Goodbye.